Well, hey, can you believe it? We are done with the first of 26 14-day experiments in 2026. It's the way that I'm reinventing my life, and the first experiment is about walking around existing with books on my head. Now, as you can see, the first time I did this, I only had one book on my head. Now I have two. I could probably stack a few more, but I'm just going to maintain myself for now. This is a challenging one to balance because it's very slippery. Let's see if I can walk with it. Okay, slow and steady. Slow and steady. I'm at my daughter's house, so I'm using her books. Slow and steady. Whoop, see what I mean? Do you know what this book is? Can you tell from the colors? This is probably my least favorite drive in the whole world. But I wanted to walk on a trail this morning with a book on my head, but it started to rain. And I can walk in the rain just fine. I don't have my umbrella with me, so I was going to wear my hat, and then I thought, but my hat and an umbrella, or a hat, the book on my head, the camera, I can't balance all those things.
Julie said, this is the first time I have typed with my book on my head, LOL.
Unfortunately, there's no video evidence of me watching Rhonda with a book on my head, but I did have a book on my head, and I was typing for the first time with a book on my head. I didn't actually video me typing, but I videoed me watching the video. I don't know what happened. I think the woman who sold my ticket thought that I looked so young because I've been, doing this whole book on the head experiment. Here I am out in public with a book on my head. Now I'm going to try to walk, but it's hard to walk and hold on to the camera, so I'm going to set up the camera somewhere so that I can walk and show you my brilliant skills. I think I see a spot for that. Since I hadn't done much time with my book on my head in public, I decided to use my time waiting to get my car service with two books on my head. But what I discovered was nobody paid attention or really cared, and there really weren't that many people there to pay attention anyway. So then I decided to show off my fabulous walking with a book on my head skills, and look at the speed. Oh my goodness, I'm going quickly there. And then I decided, hey, I'm going to do some of my walking backwards. Very good for balance. And look, yeah, pretty good posture there. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to go sideways now. This is very good for balance. A lot of the balance exercises, walking side to side, because this is something we don't, whoops, I need more practice. Walking sideways is really good for overall balance, because so much of what we do walking as adults is just straight forward ahead, barreling ahead, and we really need to practice more like that instead. There's ways that the experiment succeeded, and there's a way that the experiment in my brain could have been a lot better. So let's start with the last few days since I last checked in. Here we go. I would say the most successful thing about this whole experiment was the desire to continue to work on my posture, because I've seen such a difference simply from doing this silly action. Whether I'm sitting someplace like I am right now or I'm walking around, it makes a difference. It makes me more conscious, and I have been seeking out and trying exercises that will not be so neck oriented, because this is quite neck oriented. But the interesting thing is I kind of forgot about my neck for a long time. But that's not good. So now I'm more conscious of my neck. I am going to add more balance exercises overall and posture exercises. Now the way it failed is, well, there's a few things, but some of the obvious things are, one, I had no hypothesis. I didn't do any data collection. I was just kind of saying, hey, this sounds like fun. I'm going to have fun and all that. I realized that with some data collection and actually scientific method, these experiments can be both fun and also have some real backing. By backing, I mean numbers. Actual mini experiments within the experiments. What I liked best about the experiment was it got conversation going, and people seemed to like it. And so I'm going to share with you, with books still in my head, about my next experiment. Second experiment, I'm going to combine my experiment with conviviality. Remember, my word of the year is curating conviviality, which is me just being out out in the world, being especially friendly. And I'm reminded of Mrs. Paula, who talked about that woman on the I think she was on a track walking, and there was a woman who was walking super fast who seemed to not like Mrs. Paula's cheerfulness and good manners. Conviviality is all about cheerfulness, hospitality, good manners, lighthearted. So I'm going to do that while I'm on the road, and I am going to keep track. I'm going to give myself a conviviality rating every day. And so I'll be reporting in about that, probably on shorts. I think I'm going to do conviviality as a part of my shorts life, probably at the end of the day. The conviviality data collection will start coming out next Monday. Collecting data, and I will be reporting in things like how many times did I say good morning to people, or hello, good morning, take a basic greeting. How many times did I do something especially polite for random strangers? Since I'm going to be on the road, it's going to mostly be random strangers. And I'm just going to call it Experiments in Conviviality. The biggest success from this experiment was inviting other people along. And numerous people did try walking around or sitting, both, with books on their head. So in that respect, this experiment was a win. So thank you so much for watching and for being here during this experimental time, the 15th through the 29th of January, experiment number 2, Experiments in Conviviality. This one I know is not a stretch. We'll be thinking about what the third challenge will be. That's it. We did it. Oh my gosh. Oh, my mother would be so upset with me for this.